Have you ever thought you've really grasped a concept only to discover later that you never really understood what you've been saying all this while? Well, we've all been there. Now, that's what's called illusion of knowledge, where familiarity with a concept makes you think that you know more than you actually do. Now, think of it. You'll probably be reading and then you highlighted the important part. Did you really understood what you read, or you simply tricked yourself into thinking that you have? Now, this many times it happens when we are faced with an examination and then we just go blank out. We don't even know what to do again. Reason is because we are just familiar with the information, but we never really understood it. Okay, right? It just happens that way. Now that's called fluency illusion. Fluency illusion. The more familiar we are with something, the more confident we feel in our understanding, even when we have not truly processed the information. It's just like reading a book 3 times and then suddenly you feel you're literally expert. Okay, all right. So it also occurs when we trust our memories. We rely so much on our memories. Oh, you are reading something and be like, oh, I'll remember it. I'm familiar with it. Oh, I know the wordings. I'm going to get it. Now, you forgot that memory or knowledge fades over time. What we know or what we think we know might just be a distorted version of the original. Okay? And it's never the original one. It's just a distorted version. It's just a hazy view. It's just like a group of SS2 students. Not SS1 student rather, not SS2. They learn the first 20 elements and then they feel, oh, I know. When you tell them oxygen, they'll be like, oh, I know oxygen. You know oxygen. You're familiar with the word oxygen, but you really understood it. No, you don't understand it. You're just familiar with it. Now that's fluency illusion. Reading something over a long time makes you feel that, oh, I know this enough. Well, that is fluency illusion. There's also what we call your dysnonal Kruger effect. Alright, this is where the incompetent overestimate their abilities. These guys don't know what they don't know, really. And it also occurs when we also rely too much on a competence we've never tested. See, don't trust a competence you've not tested. Any information or any new information that you've not tested yourself well enough over time, do not trust that you know it. Remember last time we talked of neuroplasticity, right? Yeah. Reading something once is never enough, right? It is never enough. And this is how to break loose from this illusion of knowledge. Number one is to get active with that information. Once you read something once, it is never enough. Get active with it. Summarize the point, summarize the information, teach someone else. See, that's one of the greatest hack of learning, teaching. When you teach someone else, you notice the gap between what you think you know, all right, and what you don't know. It helps you to know the parts you are missing out while teaching someone else. All right. If there's no one else to teach, you can teach yourself. You're also someone else. Okay. So get active with that information. Interact with that information regularly. Number two is to test yourself. See, testing yourself is very important. Rereading something is counterproductive. Most students, what they do is that they just take a book, read it once, read it again, read it a third time, and because they are familiar with some of these concepts, they feel they've understood it so well enough, and it's counterproductive as a student to reread what you've read before. So what you do is to quiz yourself, organize quizzes. Okay, there was an experiment done by a group of students, a group of teachers somewhere in USA. They divided the class into three. Okay, one part they told one part to quiz themselves, they told the other part to reread, and the other part did not read at all. Okay, during the time of the examination, the parts that quiz themselves, they tend to remember 70% of what they read. The part that just reread, they remembered just 40%, while the part that they didn't read at all, they just read once, they actually remember like 20 or 15%, and that is scientifically proven. Quizzing yourself helps to consolidate the information. especially active recall. What are you doing and what do you do in an examination hall? You're simply recalling from memory. Okay, recalling from memory. And if you make yourself familiar with this term called active recall, it's not going to be hard for you whenever you are faced with any examination, because what you are simply doing in examination is what you've been doing for a very long time. Now, the third one is to seek guidance. Seek guidance from people that know. Seek guidance from people that know. Plenty of people know more than you do. Engage in group discussions. Bring out your ideas. They should bring out their ideas. In so doing, you can highlight the parts that you are missing out. All right, and someone else can also learn from you. I'll be posting the part 2 of this topic very soon. Stay tuned.